Julie Otsuka's novel, When the Emperor Was Divine, tells the story of a Japanese-American family's internment during World War II. The first night of Julie's visit for Seattle Reads, we were at our Beacon Hill branch where a large crowd overflowed the meeting room. At one point, the moderator took note of the number of Nisei, second-generation Japanese Americans in the audience, and asked the former internees to stand. Slowly, from all over the room, they rose until there were 30 standing. Everyone's eyes filled with tears, and the room went, "Oh," and we all applauded. There have been many memorable moments in the history of Seattle Reads, the Seattle Public Library's annual one-book, citywide reading and discussion series, but nothing as powerful as that one. I'll never forget it. One-book programs started in Seattle in 1998. We are the founders of this new approach to creating community through reading a shared book. The very first book we chose was The Sweet Hereafter by Russell Banks. This is the story of the aftermath of a fatal school bus accident. Just days before Russell came to town, a Seattle Metro bus driver was shot. The bus went off the side of the road near the Aurora Bridge, and 3 people died. I think you can imagine the much-needed conversations that took place when people gathered in libraries to talk with Russell and one another about that book. Not long after our launch, Chicago announced its One Book, One Chicago program and chose To Kill a Mockingbird. Mayor Daley said it was his favorite book. The program drew national press, a feature in the New York Times, and one-book programs spread like wildfire. And now today, hundreds and hundreds of these programs have been done all across the country, in all 50 states, and even internationally. So what's the secret to curating a successful one-book event? Foremost is a good discussable book. So what do I mean by that? Good books for discussion explore basic human truths, raise universal themes, have three-dimensional characters who have to make difficult choices in difficult circumstances, whose decisions can be controversial. Ambiguous endings, which drive some readers crazy, are great for book discussion. A one-book title should have broad appeal, be relevant to the community, and raise many, many questions, enough to sustain a discussion. Equally important for us here is a friendly author, one who is willing to, likes to engage with readers, is comfortable talking with them, not just at them. And here I'll note that while having the author is an essential part of Seattle Reads, these programs are done creatively all the time without the author. So here's how Seattle Reads works. Each year we sponsor an author visit of up to 4 days. We develop a reader's guide that's available free in libraries, bookstores, and online. But long before the author comes to town, in addition to gazillions of book groups, we work with community partners to program events, to put the book in context and help readers understand its themes. So these might include films, panel discussions, staged readings, local authors, music performances, other arts, and sometimes food. Nationwide, foundations, corporations, arts and humanities councils have sponsored one-book programs with libraries. So why is this? What's motivated everyone to get on this bandwagon? One-book programs build community. They bring people together. They foster deep conversation between strangers as well as friends and family. The internet, of course, is a wonderful tool for creating virtual community, but is it a substitute for the face-to-face encounter? I think not. People are hungry to talk about things that matter to them, like eating together. Michael Hebb talked about that this morning. Reading, too, is richer when shared. We may all read the same book, but we each read a different book because we bring our personal histories to the reading. One-book programs expand community. When we feature books by authors of diverse cultures and ethnicities, we work with community leaders, those who are tied to the new groups that we're trying to reach. People crave the stories and conversations that help us to make sense of other people, places, and events. So now I get to tell you about next year's Seattle Reads. The British author Chris Cleave will visit in mid-May to talk with readers about his book, Little Bee. Yeah, it's a great book. 2 women's lives are changed, forever linked, when they meet one day on a beach in Nigeria. 2 narrators tell the story. Little Bee, a young Nigerian refugee in the UK, and Sarah, posh British magazine editor, mother of 4-year-old Charlie, who refuses to take off his Batman costume. Little Bee is heartbreaking and heartwarming, will make you weep, shudder, smile, and laugh. But even more powerful than the novel will be the chance to be changed by your fellow readers, who may be strangers as well as friends and family. Our 12 years of doing Seattle Reads has taught us that community can deepen and grow, using reading of a shared book as a springboard. We invite you to join us. Thank you.